There is no denying that the truth about corruption involving high-profile government officials, politicians, and agencies is being revealed at an unprecedented rate. It seems like every day brings a new revelation, shaking the foundations of our society. This piece is not about debating the authenticity of these revelations, but rather about exploring the emotional impact they have on people. As these truths come to light, it is natural for individuals to feel a range of emotions, from resentment to anger. After all, we trusted these figures to lead us and make decisions that would benefit our society. The betrayal we feel is palpable, and it is understandable that we want justice to be served. In many ways, discovering these truths can make us feel more awake and aware of the darker side of humanity. We start to question the narratives we have been fed and seek out the truth for ourselves. This newfound consciousness is undoubtedly a positive outcome of these revelations. However, it is important to recognize the dangers of allowing anger, resentment, and rage to consume us. Holding on to these negative emotions not only keeps us trapped in the past, but it also takes a toll on our health and well-being. It is like drinking a slow poison that gradually eats away at our minds and bodies. Furthermore, when we find ourselves consumed by anger and resentment, it becomes incredibly challenging to tap into the realm of good ideas and solutions that can propel us beyond the current state of the world. Anger has a way of clouding our true essence and stifling our potential. In my extensive experience of over 11 years in this field, I have witnessed this pattern unfold countless times. After a prolonged period of harboring anger, resentment, and judgment, individuals reach a point where they yearn for true freedom, not just in the external world, but within themselves. It is during this pivotal moment that a deep awakening begins to take place. It is when we reclaim our power. However, before we delve further into this journey, I want to emphasize that the initial rise of anger is not inherently wrong. It serves as a feedback mechanism, shedding light on the areas where we feel a strong sense of identification and the reasons behind it. I do not wish to create the perception that feeling anger is inherently flawed or that one should never experience it. Rather, my intention is to encourage introspection and reflection on whether a prolonged state of anger aligns with the path we truly desire to tread. Are we truly free if we allow ourselves to be easily consumed by anger? Anger, in its essence, is a natural human emotion. It can serve as a catalyst for change and motivate us to address injustices. However, when anger becomes a constant companion, it hampers our ability to connect with our authentic selves and stifles our creative potential. It becomes a barrier to finding innovative solutions and embracing a more harmonious existence. To truly move beyond the limitations imposed by our anger, we must embark on a journey of self-discovery and inner transformation. This journey entails peeling back the layers of anger, resentment, and judgment that have accumulated over time. It involves confronting the root causes of our anger, understanding the triggers that set us off, and exploring alternative ways of responding to challenging situations. In this process of self-exploration, we begin to unravel the stories we have constructed around our anger. We start to question the validity of our deeply held beliefs and assumptions. We come face to face with the patterns of thinking and behavior that keep us trapped in a cycle of anger and resentment. As we delve deeper into this journey, we discover that true freedom lies not in external circumstances, but within ourselves. It is a state of being that transcends the limitations of anger and allows us to tap into our innate power and potential. True freedom is the ability to respond to life's challenges with grace and compassion, rather than reacting from a place of anger and frustration. The path to true freedom requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of the familiar. It demands that we cultivate self-awareness, practice self-compassion, and embrace forgiveness, both for ourselves and others. It invites us to release the grip of anger and resentment, and instead, choose love, understanding, and empathy. As we embark on this transformative journey, we begin to experience a profound shift in our perception of the world. We no longer view anger as a means of empowerment, but rather as a hindrance to our growth and evolution. We recognize that our true power lies in our ability to rise above anger and cultivate a mindset of positivity and possibility. In this state of true freedom, we become catalysts for change, not only in our own lives, but also in the world around us. We inspire others to question their own anger and invite them to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and transformation. Together, we can create a world where anger is no longer the driving force, but rather a stepping stone towards a more compassionate and harmonious existence. The more people who tune into their desire to truly be free and empowered. Lately, I have been receiving an overwhelming amount of feedback from people, especially during these uncertain and challenging times. They often approach me with a sense of curiosity and wonder, asking, "How do you manage to remain so calm and grounded amidst all the chaos? Your content brings me a sense of peace and courage instead of fear. How do you achieve this?" I must admit, it warms my heart to hear such words because it signifies that people are able to perceive and experience something different through my work. In that very moment, they are inspired to seek a higher version of themselves. It is in this empowered state that we hold the key to transforming our current worldly condition. The more individuals who awaken to their true desire for freedom and empowerment, the closer we come to bringing about real change. It is a collective effort, a unified movement towards our natural state of being. In times of uncertainty, it is easy to succumb to fear and anxiety. The world around us seems to be in a constant state of flux, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and powerless. However, it is during these very moments that we have the opportunity to tap into our inner strength and resilience. We can choose to be the calm amidst the storm, the beacon of hope amidst the darkness. So, how do I manage to stay calm and grounded? It begins with a conscious choice. I choose to focus on the things that I can control rather than dwelling on the things I cannot. I choose to cultivate a mindset of positivity and gratitude, even in the face of adversity. I choose to surround myself with uplifting and inspiring content, allowing it to nourish my spirit and fuel my motivation. But perhaps most importantly, I choose to believe in the power of the human spirit. I believe that within each and every one of us lies an untapped potential, a reservoir of strength and courage waiting to be unleashed. It is this belief that drives me to create content that resonates with others, that ignites a spark within their hearts. My intention is not to sugarcoat the reality or ignore the challenges that we face. Rather, it is to provide a different perspective, a glimmer of hope in the midst of despair. It is to remind people that they have the power to rise above their circumstances, to transcend their limitations, and to create a life filled with purpose and meaning. In the grand scheme of things, we are all interconnected. Our thoughts, actions, and emotions ripple out into the world, influencing the collective consciousness. By choosing to stay calm and grounded, by choosing to inspire and uplift others, we contribute to a positive shift in the world. So, my dear friends, let us embrace these confusing and intense times as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Let us choose to be the calm amidst the chaos, the voice of reason amidst the noise. Together, let us create a world where peace, empowerment, and inspiration are not just fleeting moments, but the very fabric of our existence. The reason why so many have a tough time finding calm, peace, and knowing what the solutions are to move forward, breaks down into multiple categories. They are angry at the state of the world, and do not work to ask why. The media they watch and the influencers they follow are often polarized and telling them who the bad guys are and why they should blame them for everything. They are not simply observing events around us and using that information to make decisions on how to act. They are instead observing and becoming emotionally charged and stuck. They remain identified with the unconscious, their mind, their thoughts, their body, and who they think they are as a physical specimen only. There is not enough time spent in the awareness that they are. They repeat the cycles of being in the above environments, effectively producing the same result over and over. Now, let's talk about number 2 for a second. Are certain people taking certain actions that affect other people in a bad way? Yes, that can be observed very clearly. The trick is, are you giving away all of your power to those people by being angry, upset, and wanting to fight them? Or are you choosing a path of empowerment where you create awareness from a space of neutrality, which allows you to be free and respond instead of reacting? Getting clear on what you want your world to look like. Begin shifting your own inner state of being to know things differently and align with the energy and actions of the world you want to create. Live that new state of being and invite others to do so as well. When you create awareness about things happening in our world, if you are doing it from anger, judgment, blame or resentment, your power is going to those taking these actions, and you will experience suffering in the mind. In that single moment of learning of something, your ability to change it is not there. Change will occur as you take action over many consecutive moments. Thus, acceptance of each individual moment for what it is, as opposed to resisting what is, will allow you to find peace and calm, and tap into the true solutions and ability to effectively respond that are within you when you are in this state. Within our matrix, when we remain fully in our minds, and not in tune with who we truly are, thus remaining polarized, we create a need for the opposite polarity you are operating from. It's like the movie The Matrix states, free your mind. This means to become limitless, boundless, and in tune with who you truly are, not stuck in our emotions, distracted, erratic, and upset. When we become aware of the events and situations happening around us, it is natural to feel a range of emotions. Anger, judgment, blame, and resentment may arise within us as we witness actions that go against our values and beliefs. However, it is important to recognize that directing our energy towards these negative emotions only empowers those who are responsible for these actions. By allowing ourselves to be consumed by anger and resentment, we inadvertently give away our power and subject ourselves to mental suffering. It is crucial to understand that change does not happen in a single moment of realization. Change is a gradual process that requires consistent and persistent action. While it is essential to be aware of the issues at hand, we must also accept each moment for what it is. Instead of resisting the reality of the situation, embracing acceptance allows us to find inner peace and tranquility. It is in this state of calmness that we can tap into our true potential and discover effective solutions. In our complex world, it is easy to get caught up in our minds and lose touch with our authentic selves. When we remain disconnected from our true essence, we become polarized and create a need for the opposite polarity we are operating from. Just as the movie The Matrix suggests, we must free our minds from the constraints of negative emotions and limited thinking. To achieve this, we must strive to become limitless and boundless, fully in tune with who we truly are. By letting go of our emotional baggage and avoiding distractions, we can transcend the erratic and upset state of mind. It is our choice how we respond to the events unfolding around us. We have the power to create positive change by channeling our energy into constructive action. By cultivating a mindset of acceptance, peace, and self-awareness, we can tap into our inner strength and become catalysts for transformation. Remember, true power lies in our ability to respond effectively and compassionately, and it is only when we are in alignment with our authentic selves that we can bring about meaningful change in the world. Notice Neo's character in the movie is not just a regular protagonist, but a symbol of transformation and enlightenment. When he taps into his full potential, he becomes a beacon of calmness and peace. It is through this state of mind that he is able to make a profound impact on those around him and bring about the change they so desperately desire. In many ways, Neo's journey mirrors our own personal growth and self-discovery. Like Neo, we too have the power to move beyond the limitations that hold us back. We have the ability to transcend our fears and doubts, and embrace our true potential. It is when we break free from the chains of self-doubt and embrace our inner strength that we can truly make a difference in the world. Reflecting on the feedback I shared earlier, it becomes clear that people are seeking a transformative experience. They want to feel empowered, informed, and ready to take action. They want to break free from the cycles of anger and negativity that only serve to harm themselves and hinder their progress. Instead, they yearn for a world where they are awakened to their true selves, where peace and harmony prevail. To achieve this, we must be willing to put in the work and focus on returning to our natural state of being. We must spend time cultivating self-awareness and distancing ourselves from the constant chatter of our minds. It is in this state of pure awareness that we can tap into our true essence and bring about profound change. Some may argue that prolonged anger can bring about change, but is it truly sustainable? Does it lead to lasting peace and harmony? More often than not, anger only perpetuates the same unconscious patterns and leaves us feeling unfulfilled. True awakening occurs when we step back into our authentic selves, when we embrace the power of love and understanding. Imagine a world where people are awake to their true nature, where they are not easily offended or triggered. A world where peace and harmony reign supreme. This is the world we can create when we awaken to our true potential. It is through our individual transformation that we can change the world on a quantum level, influencing the physical reality around us. So let us strive for a world where we are not bound by the limitations of our minds, but instead guided by the wisdom of our hearts. Let us embrace our true potential and be the change we wish to see in the world. It may require effort and dedication, but the rewards are immeasurable. Together, we can create a new world filled with love, peace, and empowerment. How do we get there? Moving past the anger is not just about suppressing our emotions, it's about creating freedom within ourselves. It's about cultivating a different state of mind and being, one that allows us to rise above the chaos and turmoil that often surrounds us. Instead of constantly being triggered by external factors, we become aware and gain the freedom to choose how we wish to respond to them, rather than reacting erratically. To embark on this transformative journey, I introduce to you my shift method. It begins with a simple yet profound practice, spending time being conscious of our breath. Take a moment to close your eyes, inhale deeply through your nose, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Focus solely on the rhythm of your breathing, allowing it to anchor you in the present moment. Engage in this practice for at least 10 minutes, or even 15 if you can spare the time. Now, let's explore the impact of this mindful breathing exercise. How do you feel after immersing yourself in this calming practice? What do you notice within your body, mind, and spirit? By reconnecting with our breath, we tap into a wellspring of inner peace and tranquility. We begin to detach ourselves from the external noise, the incessant chatter of social media, news, and stories that often overwhelm us. So, I invite you to experiment with disconnecting from the digital world for a day or so. Temporarily bid farewell to the constant stream of notifications and updates. Notice how this intentional disconnection alters your state of being. Do you feel different? Perhaps you experience a newfound clarity, a sense of liberation from the virtual chains that bind us. In this space of detachment, reflect on how it feels to be enraged and angry by what others say or do. Does it truly make you feel good? Or does it drain your energy, leaving you depleted and exhausted? Consider whether your anger is truly effective in bringing about the change you desire. Does it inspire others to listen and engage with your ideas, or does it create resistance and defensiveness? As you delve deeper into this exploration, you may begin to realize that anger is not the most potent catalyst for change. It is through embodying a state of calmness and openness that we truly inspire transformation. When we approach others with a serene demeanor, free from the shackles of anger, our ideas are more readily received and embraced. People are drawn to the authenticity and wisdom that emanate from a calm and centered individual. So, how do we get there? We get there by recognizing that true power lies within us, waiting to be unleashed. It is through the cultivation of self-awareness, the practice of mindful breathing, and the intentional detachment from external distractions that we tap into this immense reservoir of inner strength. It is by choosing to respond rather than react, by embodying serenity amidst chaos, that we become agents of positive change in our lives and in the world around us. In conclusion, let us embark on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Let us embrace the power within and strive to create a world where anger is replaced by compassion, understanding, and genuine connection. Remember, it is not the external circumstances that define us, but rather our internal state of being. So, take a deep breath, and let the transformation begin.